Welcome, everyone, to another live career and job search coaching session with me, Professor Heather Austin. Today, we are talking about the slowing job market and how you can get ahead while others stall. I have some amazing tips to share with you guys today. If you are joining us live, say hello in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, say hello in the comments below this video, and make sure you hit that like button to let me know that you guys are ready to get started. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that as well. Those are both below this video. Your liking and subscribing does amazing things for this channel. So make sure you do that. If you guys are ready to get started right now, let me know in the chat where you're joining us from today. I know I saw a lot of you already jump in early. Annabella is joining us. Hello, Annabella. Daryl is here. Happy to see you. And you guys already have some amazing questions that we will get to during today's career training session. Tim, as always, it's so happy to see you as well. Vivian, happy to see you. J-Rod, good morning, my friend. Cindy is here. Let's see. Ken is here. Happy to see you guys. Of course, I would always love to say hi to all of you if I could, but we have some amazing content to share. Let me know where you're joining us from in the chat. If you guys are ready to get started, hit the like button, hit subscribe. I have some amazing slides and content to share with you. Get your favorite pencil, get your favorite notebook, get your favorite note taker, whatever that is, because you are going to want to take notes based on the slowing job market and what you can do to get ahead while others stall. So I'm going to jump right into our slides. I have some amazing information to share with you guys, along with some other free trainings and other things that you're going to want to join us for. So let's get right into it. Now, actually, let me tell you this before I do. In fact, I'm going to share a link with you in the chat. We are hosting, if you guys have not yet heard, we are hosting a 4-day job search intensive starting next week. Now, this is a free live masterclass, live out to the world, and it's free. So I hope you guys will join me for that. Here is a rundown of what we are going to be covering during this 4-day job search intensive. So Day 1, this all starts next Tuesday, May 6th, which, by the way, it's my birthday on that day. So I hope you guys join me for that. We are going to be talking about proven job searching and networking strategies. We are going to dive deeper into everything that I'm sharing with you guys here today. We're going to dive even deeper into it during next week's four-day job search intensive. On day 2, so Tuesday, I need to change my slide. Tuesday, that's actually Wednesday, May 7th, we are going to be talking about mastering your resume, your cover letter, and your LinkedIn profile. Now on Thursday, let me just change these while I'm live with you guys, because this is going to drive me nuts if I don't get this right. That is, let's see, Monday, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday. So let me fix that right there. And then this is Thursday. So day 3 will be Thursday, May 8th. So we are going to be covering let me see. I need my glasses on to make sure I don't have any typos on that. Advanced interviewing and salary negotiation. So hopefully you guys will join us for that day as well. And then day 4, which is going to be a recap of the session, which will be the following Monday. We are going to be doing resume and LinkedIn profile reviews. And then we're going to recap basically everything that we discussed in the 4-day job search intensive. Let me fix that as well. Now, let me show you something really special that we're going to be doing during this event. We don't do these during all of our live training sessions or training series, but we are also going to be doing gift card giveaways. So on Tuesday, May 6th, which again is my birthday, we're going to be giving $25 Amazon gift cards away. Basically, all you have to do to win the gift cards is to participate in the chat. So if you're in the chat and you're actively engaged, my team is going to be here. They're going to be moderating the chat to make sure that you guys are participating, and they're going to be randomly selecting people at the end of each training session to give them a gift card. Now on Wednesday, May 7th, we are also going to be doing another $25, actually multiple $25 Amazon gift card giveaways. On Thursday, May 8th, we are going to be doing our $50 Amazon gift card giveaways. And then on Monday, the May 12th, we are going to be giving a scholarship away for our for our world-class career academy, which is our premium job search and career coaching program. So you guys are definitely going to want to join us for that. Here is a QR code. So take a screenshot of this, or take a picture of this. This should take you to the right spot. And let me actually share the link with you in the chat as well. I think the link is also located in the comments for you below this video. So if you click on the link in the comments or the link in the chat, let me pin this to the very top of the chat so you guys have that. Or you can even just go to heatheraustin.online/live class. So let me pin this for you guys so you can get that, grab that link easily to join us for the 4-day job search intensive. This is something you guys are not going to want to miss. We hold this event. Actually, you know what? We haven't even held this event since last May 2024. So all the information I'm sharing with you is going to be updated for today's job market. All the strategies I'm sharing with you, we're talking a lot about AI, how you're going to use that properly in your job search. It is going to be a massive event and you're not going to want to miss it. Plus it's free to attend. So why not be there if you are actively searching for a job? Now I want to share with you guys a couple success stories just from people that either join one of our programs, they find us on YouTube, so that you guys are aware of what happens when you listen and implement the strategies that I teach you here on this channel. So this message came from Stacy. She said, I watched your videos for the last few weeks to put together a bulletproof plan to get a new job during this crazy time. And she says, and it worked. I got offered today the job I really wanted. She used my negotiation video and landed $15,000 more than what they were offering. Here's what John Robert Miller had to say. He said, this video and your channel generally are the most helpful resources I have seen on YouTube for career and job preparation. I had an interview recently and I got the job. And then Ethan wrote in and said, I had to comb back through my YouTube history to find this video. To thank you, Professor Heather Austin. I watched your videos the night and morning before a series of my most recent round of virtual interviews. He said, I've never felt more prepared for a series of interviews. He goes on to say, I got the job. I'll definitely be referring friends and colleagues to your resources. Thanks so much. Sincerely, a new subscriber. So here's the thing, you guys, hit the like button if you haven't done so, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so, and make sure you get your seat saved for our 4-day job search intensive starting next Tuesday, May 6th on my birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old I am. You can try and guess, but maybe don't, because then you're going to probably guess older than what I really am. And then I'm not going to feel good about myself. So don't do that. But that starts on Tuesday, May 6th next week, and will run for 4 days. Now, my very first question for you in the chat, what is your biggest job search challenge right now? So is it that you are getting ghosted? Is it that you are not landing interviews? Maybe you have some interview or networking confidence things happening. Maybe it's your resume, your cover letter, your LinkedIn profile. Type into the chat what your biggest job search challenge is right now. And I want to share a little clip with you so that you guys can see other job seekers are in your same shoes and things that are happening with them. It's a TikTok clip I found. So I'm going to share this. It's about 1 minute long. So I'll see you on the other end of it.
I've been unemployed for basically 7 months now. And I've been in over 7 final rounds. 8 now, actually, as of today. I have been trying to get a job. I've applied to so many positions. I have networked my ass off. I have been trying. I think I'm gonna get a job offer this week. I don't know for sure, but I just presented an assignment to a company that I've been talking to since the beginning of December, and I asked them at the end of my presentation, what are the next steps? How many others are in this final round? And they told me that they need to have a discussion internally, and basically this was the last step. If they want to proceed, then they'll reach out for a reference check, and then they'll proceed to an offer round. And I just got an email for the reference check. These last 7 months have been really hard for me mentally, but also for my family. The financial pressure has been significant. Obviously the stress, everything has been really, really hard. I don't have an offer in hand just yet. I probably won't post this unless I actually get the offer. So I don't know, assume it's good news if you see this. I'm so happy. Thank you to everybody who's provided referrals to me. Thank you to everybody who has been so kind and uplifting, whether it be via comments, DMs, all of it. This has been amazing. I cannot believe that we're here. I think I'm shocked right now. Oh my God. I'm so happy.
Okay, does that clip resonate with you guys? She talks about how she was unemployed for 7 months. She went through 8 final rounds of interviews. She networked like crazy. And the thing that stood out to me is that she was not afraid to reach out to her community for help. And I love when people post videos like this so that you guys know that it is possible at the end of the day to land that dream job offer, even if you are unemployed, even if you are making it to final rounds of interviews. And let me just tell you this as well. We understand. We talk to clients and students every single day, and we understand how tough the job market is. And we are here to support you guys, so that I'm not saying you're going to go out and make a video like that, but maybe you are. And you could tell in her voice, she's crying about how frustrating it was and how grateful she is now that she was able to land her dream job. So in the chat, what's your biggest job search challenge right now? While you guys are typing that in, and I see a lot of amazing responses coming through, let me run down really quickly what we are going to cover today so that you guys are staying ahead of everyone else. So we're going to talk about why the job market is slowing and what that means for you. We're going to talk about 3 ways that top candidates are landing interviews while others are getting ghosted. And then we're going to talk about how to refocus your job search with a targeted approach that actually works. So before we dive into step number 1, which is why the job market is slowing and what that means for you, let me see where you guys are in the chat with your biggest job search challenges. I'm seeing a lot of people are saying not landing interviews. Victoria mentioned that. Denise, hello, happy to have you here, Denise. I met with Denise online last week, and I think we're meeting again this week. PJ says ghosting and visibility. Kathy also says landing interviews. Tim says struggling getting an interview. Sharia says a mix of all of it. Kathleen says not getting second interviews. Oh, you guys, I hear you. Oh, thank you. I love it. Someone says age 16 for Heather. You just made my day. You just made my day. That is my birthday next week. And no, I'm not turning 16. I wish I was. Actually, I don't wish I was. But okay, let's jump into why the job market is slowing and what that means for you. So here is one of the most recent graphs that we have from, well, this is posted on Indeed, but this is actually from the job openings and labor turnover survey, or JOLTS, if you guys have heard about that the U.S. government puts out. And this is actually a representation from January of 2018 to February of 2025. So what we are seeing, there was a huge drop, right, in the openings when COVID hit. We can see how extremely far down that went. We can see also that after COVID and hiring and people were coming back out into the world, hiring spiked. This was like the best job market that we have seen ever, which was that time frame from after hiring. We opened up from COVID. But then you can see from 2022, you can see how it's slowly dropping back off. And we're actually seeing a huge dive in a lot of different industries right now in terms of hiring. We know that employers are slowing their hiring due to economic uncertainty, right? We know that job openings have dropped in multiple industries since late 2024. And we also know that companies are being are a little bit more sensitive, and they're taking longer to give a job offer, right? So what does this mean for you? Here's a simple layout, right? It means that there's more resumes per job openings, which means it's harder to get noticed and get hired. There are fewer roles available. So the ones that are actually open attract more competition. The other thing that this means for you is that ATS and AI filters are blocking qualified candidates. Now, if you join us for next week's 4-day job search intensive, We are going to be tackling all of these areas, especially the ATS and the AI filters. We also know that passive job searching is leading to silence. So you can't be a passive job seeker anymore. Now, I shared this hiring funnel with you guys maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, or maybe even 4 weeks ago, where I wanted to give you a big picture of what hiring is looking like. We have hundreds of applicants coming in for just one position, and the companies are taking their time to sort through and sift through those applications and all those applicants, from the sourcing to the screening to the interviewing to the selection. We know at the end of the day that they might end up having 2 to 3 candidates as their top choice, and then give that one candidate the job offer. So you have to keep in mind that we're having hundreds of applicants per position, and at the end of the day, you want to be that number one candidate with a job offer. So I want you to keep this in mind. You don't need to apply harder, you need to apply smarter. So keep in mind that most job seekers, and this is why we are teaching you how to stand out while others stall in this economy or in this job market, most job seekers are using outdated tactics. In fact, I think it was, who was it that popped in earlier? I don't think it was Vivian, but someone had popped in earlier. I have not been in the job market for years, and everything has changed. And yes, it has changed. Even in the last 3 or 4 or 5 months, it is changing every day. And we're giving you the tactics here to help you stay ahead of the curve. Now, the other thing you want to keep in mind is if you have the right strategy, you can rise to the top. You can come out and get the job offer even when the job market is slowing. And it all starts with doing what most people aren't. And that's what we're going to kind of dive in today. So keep this hiring funnel in mind as you are going through the job search process. Now, my next question for you is, how many applications have you sent out in the past month? So be honest with your answer. It might be 5, maybe it's 80, maybe it's 2, whatever that is, type into the chat, how many applications have you sent out in the past month? Now, while you're typing that in, let's look at the 3 top ways that candidates are landing interviews while others get ghosted. I want you to think about this, that more applying does not equal more interviews. So when you are relying only on the job boards, you're kind of stuck in that sea of resumes. If you are getting through and you have a generic application, that generic application does not pass the ATS, and it does not impress hiring managers and recruiters. The other thing I want you to keep in mind with this is that if you have no follow-up on any of these positions, on your applications, you have no visibility. So I'm going to share with you 3 strategies that you can implement right now to stand out and get hired. So the very first thing is, and by the way, if you guys have been to my trainings before, I like to do frameworks and all blueprints and all sorts of things. This is what I'm calling our competitive edge framework. So there's 3 strategies that I want you to remember. And by the way, we are going to be diving deep into all of this during next week's 4-day job search intensive. So strategy number 1 is to focus on fewer, higher quality applications. I'm going to show you guys in just a minute a job search tracker that you can kind of keep at the top of your memory, and you can kind of create this on your own. But I want you to think about, when we are focusing on fewer higher quality applications, you're identifying 10 to 20. And you know what? If you have more time and you want to identify 50 companies, that's fine. But I want you to kind of start small so that it becomes it's digestible, right? So I want you to identify 10 to 20 target companies. I also want you to customize every piece of your application. So your resume, your cover letter for that company. If you need to make some tweaks to your LinkedIn profile, you can do that, which again, we are diving deep into this next week. And then I want you to have that focus, because with that focus is going to be more intentional networking and better outcomes. Now, the second strategy I want you to think about is build relationships before you even apply. So I've shared tons of graphics about this before, but we do know that 80% of job offers come from networking, not online applications. So we really want you to be reaching out to your to employees. We want you to be reaching out to alumni. We want you to be reaching out to mutual connections, anyone that you can think of within the company. Now, you also don't have to just do this on LinkedIn. I've shared a resource with you many times. In fact, I had a client call last week where we dove deep into this resource. It's called hunter.io. Let me know in the chat if you guys have ever used this. It is an amazing tool. It has a lot of different things in there, but the one thing that I want you to use hunter.io for, and maybe we'll do a demonstration next week during our 4-day job search intensive so I can show you exactly how to use it. It's really easy though. You're going to type in the company's URL, and then you can search any person that it works within that company to get their email address, and then you can send them an email directly. So LinkedIn is great. It's fantastic, but some people don't see their LinkedIn or don't go to LinkedIn enough to see that you've sent a message. So we want to build relationships before we even apply. Now, the other thing I want you to keep in mind here is when you are doing this and you're building those relationships, you're asking for insights, not just a favor, right? You have to remember that those relationships are what leads to referrals. Now, the third part to this strategy is you need to stand out with strategic follow-up. So we know that whenever you follow up after a position, it's going to demonstrate your professionalism. It's not desperation. It's showing your interest, your engagement, and it's a professional thing to do. So after applying for any position, what I want you to do is send a short message to the recruiter or the hiring manager. If you can do it both on LinkedIn and you can go to hunter.io and get their email address, I want you to be doing both of those. After your interviews, you're also going to send personalized thank you notes, and you're also going to if you can, reach out to people on the inside and say, hey, I just applied for this position. What are your thoughts about the company? Would you mind providing a referral? Whatever that might be. I'm going to give you a complete templates and strategies and all that stuff during next week's 4-day job search intensive. And then here's a bonus. Use AI to help you draft these messages, but you want to make sure it's personalized. Now, I have lots of free resources and amazing programs and all the things that we have here from our channel and the programs. And I have over hundreds and hundreds of templates to help you guys get to this place so that you know what types of questions you should be asking AI, how you should be drafting your resume, how you should be drafting your cover letter, all that amazing stuff. The thing I want you to remember is if you join us for our 4-day job search intensive next week, I'm going to be sharing with you a special, and I think we're calling this our spring flash offer for World Class Career Academy. If you are not already a member of my premium job search and career coaching program, I will be talking a little bit more about that next week, where we have online portals and all the things that you can access to get your templates and to learn how to use AI properly and to apply it to your job search. So my next question for you is, what do you think matters more, a polished resume or strong networking? So type in the chat either resume or networking based on what you think matters more. I'm curious to see what you guys are going to answer to this. Okay, let me see in the chat. Yes, Catherine, I love you, Catherine. Catherine is our moderator today. She said, please don't forget to put the word question in front of your question so it highlights it on my side. So if you do have a question that you want me to answer, if you type question in, then I can see that you have a question. So I love it. Michael popped in a question earlier. I'm going to get this up on the screen. Michael says, how do you balance the difference between what you have in your LinkedIn profile when the resumes are being tweaked continually for specific job posting? Michael, this is such a great question. And I get this question every time I do a live stream. So we all know that your resumes are going to be super tailored to the position. Now, I'm going to teach you a strategy next week where I show you how to do your titles, how to do your key skills, the little things that you're going to tweak for each position. If you have loads of time, you can tweak your bullet points. You can add other bullet points that relate to the position. There's a lot of things you can do, but I'm going to teach you kind of like the basic model of tweaking your resume and your cover letter. Now, when it comes to LinkedIn, this is where it gets a little bit tricky, because your LinkedIn profile is kind of like, think about it as your homepage, and you're not going to be changing that for every position because you have a general overview of the positions that you might be going for. I would highly recommend, if you can, get in and use, which you all can, use AI to help you. And I think I'm sharing this next week too, where I have specific prompts and specific strategies to help you write a headline and tailor your LinkedIn profile to the industry and potentially to a company without it being super tailored that you kind of close off the door. The other thing I want you to remember here, though, is there are going to be people with super tailored profiles that are going for just one position or two positions, right? And the titles are about the same. So that is going to be your competition. So you have to be really smart about it. Now, you can kind of get a general idea. Even if we were to ask AI, hey, give it the 3 job descriptions and the 3 different job titles, hey, what would you recommend I do with my LinkedIn headline? Now, I'm not going to say what would you recommend I do with my LinkedIn headline. I'm going to give it a very specific prompt to have it help you write a headline that kind of encompasses all 3 positions or all 4 positions. But in general, you're hopefully in kind of like the same industry. If you're not in the same industry and you're looking at doing something like in kind of different industries, but you kind of want to apply for both industries, I highly recommend picking your favorite industry, the one that you know you'll be happiest in, and leading with that, and then kind of adding a little piece of information about the second industry so that you can include some of those keywords so that you can hopefully get found in search. So I hope that answered your question. I love that. We get that question a lot, and we'll talk more about that during next week's 4-day job search intensive. Now, speaking of the 4-day job search intensive, let me pop this slide up one more time. We are going to be discussing all sorts of job search items. Now, we are probably going to be online for maybe like an hour each day with exact topics, and then I'm going to also be doing Q&A sessions during this time. So day 1, Tuesday, May 6th, that's my birthday, and yes, I'm turning 16. We're going to be talking about proven job searching and networking strategies. On Wednesday, May 7th, we'll be talking about mastering your resume, your cover letter, and your LinkedIn profile. On Thursday, May 8th, we'll be diving deep into advanced interview and salary negotiation. And then on Monday, May 12th, we're going to be doing an intensive series recap. Plus, I'm going to be doing resume and LinkedIn profile reviews. We also have giveaways. So we have Amazon gift card giveaways every day. We have a scholarship giveaway to our World Class Career Academy, my premium job search and career coaching program. So that is happening all next week. You'll definitely want to get your seat saved for that. So if you go to heatheraustin.online/live class, or just take a picture of this QR code on the screen, I'll leave that up for a second and answer a few more questions. You guys are definitely going to want to tune in for that. Now, when you do save your spot for the event, you actually will get automatically the links to where we are every day. So, and then I also give you a Google Calendar link that it will add it to your Google Calendar so that you can join us for that. So that's, if you save your spot for that, you'll get all this stuff. Plus, you'll also get the information on how to submit your resume and LinkedIn profile for review during day 4. So next week is going to be jam-packed with lots of information and lots of things that you guys are going to want to join us for. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Victoria says, question, can you give the link for the Job Hunter website? It's really easy. Just hunter.io. So hunter.io. That's it. And you know what? They're not the only ones that do this. There's lots of other companies that and websites that you can go to search for people in a company and get their email address. But this is one of my favorites, and I feel like it's one of the easiest ones to use. Okay, Brianne says, should you include keywords if you don't have experience in that specific industry or field? So this is an interesting question, because if you are applying for a position, hopefully you have some sort of knowledge or experience in that industry. If you don't have the knowledge or the experience, or there's something that they really want in their ideal candidate, what I would recommend that you do is figure out how to get that skill. Can you do a quick course? Can you get a certification of some sort, so that enroll in the course or start the certification if you can, and then you can get some of those keywords and key terms on your resume and inside your LinkedIn profile. Yes, Warrior67 says 50 applications in the last month. Oh geez. Hopefully we're gonna get you on track, because we want your job search to be super targeted, and we don't want you to be applying for all these random positions, right? All right, let's jump into my next question. Actually, you know what? I asked you guys a question. Let me jump into step number 3, which is how to refocus your job search with a targeted approach that actually works. So if you guys are applying to everything online and Indeed and LinkedIn and whatever that might be, you're standing out nowhere. So remember that. We do not want you to have a scattered job search approach, because this wastes your time and it creates a lot of burnout. So when we're looking at this application process, employers can tell when you're not intentional. So that's why we have to have a very intentional approach for you. The most successful job seekers, remember, have a plan and they have a short list. They don't have 80, 100 companies on their list. We start with 10 to 20. We kind of exercise our resources with those 10 to 20. We do the applications with the company. We submit the resume, the follow-up, the reach out messages. We try and have coffee chats. We do Zoom chats, whatever that might be with these companies. And if we've exhausted that 10 to 20 company list, we're going to go and start a new 10 to 20 company list. We're going to keep it very manageable, because again, you're going to waste time and you're going to create a lot of burnout if it is not targeted. So I want to show you really quickly. Now, I gave this to my Academy members. I actually had a spreadsheet that I shared with them so that they could start tracking this. But you guys can take a screenshot of this. If you decide next week you want to join us in the Academy, you'll have this and loads and loads and loads of other resources for your job search. But the Target Company Tracker, keep in mind, keeps you organized, which increases your confidence, increases clarity, and lands you more interviews. So this is just a simple spreadsheet. You could even go to Google Sheets or Excel or wherever and start your own company tracker, where we're listing the company name. And these are just suggestions. You can change some of these columns to something else. Like, let's say you're in the process and you're like, well, wait a second, I kind of want to keep track of this other thing. Add that column to your spreadsheet. So company name, the industry that it's in, the location. You can even list the company culture. And how you understand the company culture is website reviews, reach out to people that work on the inside. You might have some people that are like, this is the best company to work for. I highly recommend applying. And you might have some people say, it's a dumpster fire. You do not want to work here. So you have to kind of keep that with a grain of salt. You'll list relevant job titles. You'll list reasons for interest in the position. You'll list the application status. You've applied. You've sent an email. You've sent your follow-up messages. Now you're waiting. Did you send like a 1-week follow-up message? So you kind of want to keep track of all of that. Connections on the inside of the company. And then of course, any contact information. The nice thing about this is once you find people's contact information, phone numbers, email addresses, things like that, you can keep this all in the company tracker. So the other thing that I want you to keep in mind, and this is why I think this is the most beneficial parts to a company tracker, is that it helps you prioritize and follow up without second guessing, right? So kind of just gives you a little bit more confidence and clarity, of course, which is what we're going for. Now, I want to share with you 4 steps to kind of help you before we finish here today. And then I'm going to take a couple more questions. I want to share with you 4 steps that top performers are using right now in the job market to land interviews and get hired. Number 1, and I mentioned this earlier, is to identify your top 10 to 20 target companies. So research and connect with people on LinkedIn that work for those companies, customize your resume for those companies, customize your direct outreach for those companies, and then follow up and track everything in your tracker. Okay, well, let's go through these. So research and connect with your key decision makers or people on LinkedIn. This is going to be, again, your hiring managers, your recruiters, people that work on the inside, people that maybe have worked for the company before, anyone that you can really reach out to. Now, during our job search intensive next week, I am going to show you exact strategies to find people within the company and the types of people that you want to connect with. So I'm going to be doing like an entire demonstration of how to do that next week. Again, customize your resume and your outreach messages. This is easy based on what the job description is. So you'll kind of keep everything tailored to that position or the company or the industry. And then of course, follow up and track everything in your company tracker. So take a screenshot of this if you need to. This is what top performers are using right now in the job market to stand out and get noticed, regardless of what is happening. And I understand there's a lot of things going on. We are seeing that hiring is slowing, and hopefully these strategies give you guys a little bit of a leg up while you're going into the job market. If you join us for next week's 4-day job search intensive, which is absolutely free, you will get even more strategies on how to apply this to your job search. So quick question. Based on everything that I've shared with you today, what's one action step that you can take to stay ahead of today's job market? So type into the chat one action step that you can take to stay ahead in the job market. Let me put my slide back up. All right, I'm going to answer a couple questions really quickly. Danny, happy to have you here. How to respond when there is no name or email is listed for hiring manager or recruiter. What I would do, Danny, is I would do some research on the company. I would do, if you can, go to the LinkedIn page, look at who the people might be for the hiring manager or the recruiter or talent acquisition, whoever that might be that is doing the hiring, and kind of do some research there. If you can kind of get a name on LinkedIn, you can then go to hunter.io to find whoever it might be that you want to reach out to. So it does take a little bit of research there. Not all companies are going to list their hiring managers or the recruiters. I like when they do. I mean, it kind of just, it's a good sign that they are a decent company, right? If they are listing those people. But you also have to remember, with any hiring manager or recruiter, they could be vetting for 5, 10, 15 different positions, and you might just be for one of them, and you're going to send a message. Sometimes they're getting messages for all of those positions in one day. Like they literally can get hundreds of emails a day and messages a day. So we have to think of strategies that help you stand out, which we're going to talk a little bit more about that next week during the job search intensive. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to answer. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, Brianne, I don't think I answered this question yet. What would you say is the best search engine when looking for a job? Indeed, Facebook groups, Flex Jobs, LinkedIn. There's so many resources. I'm going to share a lot on day 1 next week. So Tuesday, May 6th, on the resources that you can search. I love using LinkedIn for research purposes to see who's hiring. I'm still a big proponent of going directly to the company website and applying directly through the company website if they have a careers page. And then doing the follow-up with either email or LinkedIn. Flex Jobs is great. There's a lot of information you can find out there. You can also even just go to Google and type in the title and type in like the industry, whatever it is, and just search jobs. Google is a search engine as well, just as much as any of these other companies. So you could use any of the search platforms. I'm okay with you guys doing that for research purposes, but here again, you could spend hours doing that, right? Which we don't want you to do that. If you can get your target company tracker organized, and let's say you even started with 10 companies, and then you went to Google and you searched company name, maybe even you kind of have an idea of job title, or you could even just search company name and jobs, right? Or just go to the company website. So there's a lot of strategies that you can put into place. My number one goal for you is that you are streamlining your entire job search and you're not doing a lot of things to waste time and increase burnout. So let me know in the chat, what is one action step that you guys are going to take today to get ahead of the job market? Remember, I'll share this slide again. We have our job search intensive next week. If you have not yet saved your spot for that, you can go to heatheraustin.online/live class. This gives you a breakdown of what we're covering. Let me clear your comment, Brianne. This gives us a breakdown of what we're covering every day next week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we'll be online together. And then the following Monday, we are doing our intensive recap, which is going to be your resume and LinkedIn profile reviews. So you can go to heatheraustin.online live class to save your spot for that, or you can even just take a screenshot or take a picture of the QR code. Now, I do have something special too. I'm going to share with you guys in just a second, but let me show you the page that you will get to actually save your spot for the 4-day job search intensive. You'll come over to this page. You can scroll through, look at exactly what we're covering, the topics, the giveaways, all that amazing stuff. If you click on one of the buttons on the page, it will bring up a box for you to enter your first name so we know who you are, enter your email address so that we can deliver all the information to you, and then enter your phone number if you want to get text updates. We've been experimenting with that a lot, which is kind of fun. Emails don't always make it to the inbox, so you can do that to snag your spot. So again, heatheraustin.online/live class will take you there. Okay, really quickly, before we finish up here today. Now, I do not have an official flash offer for you guys today, but I wanted to do something special. I do have an official flash offer, but I don't have slides to share with you. It's not gonna be anything wild and crazy. Because you guys are here with me today and I know you're serious about your job search, I am going to be just today only. So today, if you watch this video tomorrow or the next day, this flash offer will not be available. It expires tonight at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to share with you guys a link to our career advancement toolkit. We have so many amazing people that enroll in this program on a weekly basis, and they are having massive success with this right now. If you are ready to see a big difference in your job search and you want to, or you've heard about the toolkit before, or you've wanted to join us in it before, we are just going to do a 1-day flash only. I popped the comment into the chat, and this is pretty much for you guys that are here live because I'm not even sharing this link in the comments below this video. So this is for you guys that are here with us today. If you want to join us for that flash offer, I just pinned the new link. In fact, I don't even have a short link for you. So like heatheraustin.online/ I don't even know what the short link is. This is just for you guys that are here with me today only. If you want to join us in the career advancement toolkit, you guys can grab that. We put it on flash offer really quickly. We still have our 4-day job search intensive next week, which you guys are going to love. A lot of content to go through during that intensive. But we do get a lot of questions about the toolkit. If you guys are interested in that, and for those that are here with us today, you guys only, and today only, you can grab the toolkit just by clicking the link in the chat, and it is pinned at the top. So if you have any questions about that, or if you can't find it, let me know. Okay, I'm going to answer a couple more questions for you guys, and then put question in the chat if you have a question. So let's see. Let me see if I can get that up. Okay, there we go. And let me put my glasses on too. DM says a lot of companies filter out emails sent from external email addresses. How can you get around this? They often send them right to junk/spam. I don't think there is a way, unfortunately. I don't know like the technical side of that, but I would say if you're working with a company and they have applications or applicants coming through the door for job interviews, you should be able to send an email to them, right? Like I know that there's a lot of companies that do kind of maybe hold some of those emails or put them in spam. I don't have a technical answer for you in terms of how to bypass that. I would say, if you can message someone on LinkedIn as well, that would be kind of like the only other way. Or the other thing you could do is if you have someone on the inside of the company that can give you a referral or can say, hey, like, can you talk with this person? Here's their email address, and kind of get it going that way. I don't know if there's a way to bypass that, but most companies should still, like, they should be accepting emails from outside entities, and maybe it's look at your Gmail account. Like if you have a weird sounding Gmail name, or even if you're using like Hotmail or Yahoo, which I wouldn't recommend you do, I would get a Gmail account. And that should go through. Good question. Okay, Matthew says, if I want to expand my company search list, is there a recommended way to look up companies that are out there but I'm not aware of, and what to look up? Yes, there is. In fact, I did this with a client the other day where we used ChatGPT, and she had a very, very, very specific set of like a job. We kind of had a job title in mind, a very specific location. And even if it was remote, we started with a couple companies, and we said, hey, I want to work as a blah, 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 blah in this industry. Here are my top 10 companies. In fact, I think we did this like a year ago on this channel. I think I did a full demonstration of how to do this. And AI is getting even better, so your list is going to be even better now. So we said, here's the title, the industry. Here are the top 10 companies that I'm already thinking of. Can you recommend 10, 20, whatever, 30 more companies in this exact location or remote positions that I should be considering? And what it's going to do is it's going to calculate based on your current company list, and it's going to give you a list. Now, if you don't have a list already, you can also use AI, ChatGPT, Google Gemini, whoever your AI assistant is, and you can go ask AI, hey, here's the type of position I'm looking for. Here's the type of industry. Here are my top skills. You could even give it, here's what I don't like to do. I'm looking for a company that values X, Y, and Z. And then you say, can you provide to me a targeted company list of 10 to 20 companies? So you could even start there, and if you don't even have a company list. You guys, I am all about using AI for everything that you can, and of course, personalizing all of it. QR code, J-Rod. Let me get the QR code up for you, unless you already saw it. But let me pop this up again. I'm loving using QR codes lately. There we go. It's kind of nice. It makes it easy. Then I'm always like, well, wait a second. Did I get the right QR code? I hope it takes them to the right spot. And if that does work. But if you also wanted to type into your computer, heatheraustin.online/live class, that will take you there as well. Yes, J-Rod's asking about our company tracker. It's actually a link I sent you a couple weeks ago in the Academy. I will send that to you. Actually, you send me an email first and tell me that you need the company tracker, and then I will get that sent to you. I'll send you the link. It links to a really nice Google spreadsheet. And again, that's for all of our Academy members. All right, let me see if there's any other questions that I missed earlier. Catherine, thanks so much for being here. I love you. I love you so much. Lindsay Late, I'm happy that you're here too. It's great to see you. Lindsay says, I actually don't have any specific companies I care to target. I just use YouTube job leads and apply to what job leads from legit companies look good for me. I think, I would recommend, Lindsay, if you can even start thinking of like 10 companies, even if it's based off of a job lead that you get, and kind of go in that direction, because it's going to save you a little bit of time and frustration and burnout and all that stuff that we talked about earlier. Yes, J-Rod, I think I got your question answered. Okay. Warrior67, I love your screen name, says, I have done 90% of what you mentioned. Do you recommend recruiters, or should I go to the company website? I think what you're saying is when you're applying for a position, do you go to the recruiters or the company website? I'm going to tell you to do both. So if I had to give it to you in just a quick kind of a quick layout of what I would recommend you do, if you do find a position within that company, I highly recommend applying through the company website first. Then I recommend that you send a recruiter or a hiring manager a message on LinkedIn to let them know you've just applied for this position. Here's why you're excited about it. Here's why your skills are a great fit. And by the way, we have all those templates for you inside of our programs. So you're letting them know. And then not only just LinkedIn, but then you go and you email them and you let them know again, hey, I've applied for this position in case they didn't see their LinkedIn message. Then I would continue the follow-up if you're not hearing back from them within like 5 to 7 days. Keep in mind that a lot of recruiters are inundated. Then what I would do from there is I would find someone in the company that could give you some sort of referral at some point. And it could be someone that you know. And that's why I actually recommend that you apply for positions with companies that you already have people that you know that work there, because that's going to be a lot easier. However, we still have had where our academy members and my students and my clients will reach out and start networking with people within the company. And then before they know it, that person's like, hey, let me give you a referral for that position. Because a lot of times the companies that the employee will get paid if that referral gets hired. So we're always working in that system of step 1, step 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have the follow-up after. And we really create a nice strategic approach for you guys so that you're not spending a lot of time. Annabella, happy that you're here. Is there a certain AI that is best for to use for all of this? Not all AIs are created equal. Yeah, I use ChatGPT. So I use it for everything. I do use other resources here and there, but let me tell you guys, I even had a call, and Denise, I can't remember, Denise, I think this is you, and we met last week, if you're still here. We talked about using JobScan, which I love JobScan. If you guys haven't used it, it's jobscan.co. I think for free, they'll allow you to scan 5 resumes, and then they compare it to the job description. And then it gives you a nice little table and a graph of, hey, like these are the words you're missing. Here are some other things that you need to do. But that's not always, you kind of have to take that rating with a grain of salt, because I think Denise had come up with, yes, like I think it was like a 60% or a 45% job match. I actually like to just go to ChatGPT and I have my resume. I've had it help me write my resume. I have it in my amazing templates that we give you guys if you're in any of our programs. And I have it help me with each section of the resume separately. And then I go back in and I'm constantly tweaking it. And I say, hey, here's the resume, here's the job description. How should I tailor this resume to this job description? What am I missing? Can you suggest keywords? Can you suggest how I should reorder my bullets? Like you're thinking about talking to it like a person. I love ChatGPT. That's the only real AI tool I use. Sometimes I'll go to some of those other tools, but I can ask it basically anything I need. And I swear to you, and I'm pretty sure that about this, I think it's one of the most advanced learning models. You also have Google Gemini that's coming up right behind it, or maybe you guys think it's just as good. They're putting everything they can into this AI model, ChatGPT, and I'm like, I'm all in, because every time I go in to ask it a question, it gets better and better and better. And then the follow-up questions it's asking me get better and better and better. So I haven't needed to go anywhere else, but you guys have your pick. I either recommend ChatGPT or Google Gemini. And I love you guys are also recommending in the chat. Let's see. Frank, you said Claude is a good one for resumes and cover letter writing. And I know, Copilot. I know a lot of you guys have mentioned Copilot before. And there's probably like 10 or 15 that are really good, but I like to use ChatGPT. But you'll also notice if you guys are using Google Gemini or you are using Google Docs or things like that, they have built in Gemini into their programs. So it's asking to like, hey, do you want me to help you with this with AI and things like that? I just want a blank sheet, and I want to be able to ask the question I want to ask and be able to tweak my prompt that I'm giving it and take what it's given me and ask more questions. So to me, it's just, that's the best resource. Okay, so again, you guys, one last time before we sign off today, Get Hired Faster 4-Day Job Search Intensive. That is happening. Whoops, those are our gift cards. We're not going to talk about the gift cards yet, but that's happening next week. So day 1, Tuesday, May 6th, that is our proven job searching and networking strategy session. That's also my birthday. So I don't know, maybe I'll have some balloons, or I don't know what I'll have during that day. I got to do something though. Day 2 is, wait, did I fix this? Sorry, let me go to the slide I fixed. I know that I like to fix things on the fly if I'm like presenting and I notice that there's something wrong with it. So this is the correct day. These are the correct dates. If you guys go to heatheraustin.online/live class, you'll get a layout of this entire program and the session. This is free to attend, by the way, 4-day job search intensive. Day 2 on Wednesday, we're covering mastering your resume, your cover letter, and your LinkedIn profile. Day 3 on Thursday, we're covering advanced interviewing and salary negotiation strategies. And then day 4 on Monday, May 12th, that is our intensive series recap with resume and LinkedIn profile reviews. So if you guys get your information submitted for that, your name, your email. If you want text updates, you can submit your phone number as well. You will get the links to each of the sessions already. Plus, you'll get a Google Calendar link to have it save it to your Google Calendar so that you'll get reminders for the event. And then you'll also get, as we get closer to next week, for those that are officially saving your spot, you will get information on how to submit your resume and cover letter, your resume and LinkedIn profile for review. And if you guys are here and you're participating live in the chat during this 4-day intensive, we have $25 Amazon gift cards, $50 Amazon gift cards. We have a scholarship to our World Class Career Academy, which is our career and job search program. So all that's going to be happening next week. So make sure you get your seat saved for that. And then again, for those that are still here with me, I'm going to mention this one more time because I love when you guys hang out with me for the entire session. It tells me that I know that you want real strategies and a real plan to execute in your job search so that you can get hired faster. We put, just today only, our career advancement toolkit on flash offer. If you go to the link in the chat, so if you go to the link in the chat, let me see if this other link works. I don't think it will, but if you go to the link in the chat, you can grab the toolkit. I think it's like more than half off right now. So that is only located in the chat. We are not sharing that link in the comments. Like if someone can't see the chat. So that is for you guys. Let me see if this goes to the, oh, no, that's not, I'm not even going to share that link with you because it doesn't go to the right spot. So the only way you can get this link is clicking on the link in the chat. Today only, we are offering our career advancement toolkit. I think it's like 60% off. So if you guys have joined me for these sessions before, you've wondered what it is, click on that link in the chat. Go over, take a look at the page. We have amazing success stories there. And then we also offer secure checkout with PayPal or credit card or whatever it is that you want to do, but that's today only. If you try and go to that page tomorrow, it will not be there. It will go to our full price page. So that page will expire at the end of today. So any last minute questions that you guys have about the job search intensive next week, anything else, get that into the chat. I'll be here for a couple more minutes to answer questions. Ellie, happy that you're here, says, how do you find a recruiter's AI function? Recruiter's AI function for tailoring resumes. Are these programs accurate to tell if you're an 80% match? I think that's the score needed to pass the ATS. So this is all subjective, Ellie. There's not necessarily like, yeah, we could say, okay, we want someone to be 80% qualified for this position. But what I do 100% believe, if you are using like a ChatGPT or a Google Gemini the right way, and you're asking it to help you get your resume tailored for a certain position, you should have a pretty tailored resume, right? You have to also keep in mind, it's not just going to be about keywords or results-driven achievement statements or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I put a video out last week about this. It has to get to a human reader, right? So after the ATS gets through it, if the human reader is like, oh, like I'm noticing something here or there, most of the time they are just taking what like an ATS system will tell them, which again is why we're seeing a lot of qualified candidates getting skipped over. But you have to remember that at the end of the day, the human reader is going to see it. If you use a general AI function, LinkedIn does have like their own AI tool within the platform. If you are LinkedIn Premium, you should have access to that tool. I would also, if you wanted to kind of double check, I mentioned jobscan.co before, where you could get your AI assistant to help you get your resume refined and tailored, and then run over to jobscan.co, pop your resume in with the job description and see what it says. Now, is jobscan.co the best resource out there? No, there's other things, but that's one that I like just to kind of see what else, like it gives you a visual representation, which is kind of nice. Yes, awesome, Ken. Thank you. Ken says the Career Advancement Toolkit is very helpful. I have used it. I'm so glad. Marcus, I would like a scholarship. If you guys are here with us next week for our job search intensive, we are going to be taking, if you're participating in the chat, we're going to be randomly drawing people for our Amazon gift card giveaways, our scholarship for our World Class Career Academy. Yep. So all that good stuff. Okay, Lindsay, good question. Just to confirm, will ChatGPT help me with writing cover letters if I give it the right prompt? Yes, but here's the caveat, because I teach this all the time, you guys. My Academy members know this, that I can't talk enough about AI. If you guys have joined us regularly on this channel, I can't talk enough about AI when it comes to the job search. It will help you, but you have to know the right prompt, and then you also need to know the right follow-up, and you need to personalize all of it. You can't just take what it gives you and pop it into a Word document or have it create the Word document for you and submit that for the position. The thing that we are finding, and did I talk about this in last week's video? I can't remember, or if it's going to come up in an upcoming video, is that a lot of recruiters and hiring managers are getting turned off by people that they are noticing are using AI completely and just copying and pasting and not personalizing the information, or not changing it a little bit, or not like it's, and by the way, and if those of you who use AI frequently, you guys will know that it says certain words like all the time, the same words, and I'm like, oh, or like insert certain characters, or like will bold things or italicize things. It's a language, and you start recognizing the things that it's doing, and you're like, okay, wait, I got to change that because that's too AI-ish, right? Let me know if you guys in the chat, if you guys have recognized that. But because I use it every day, all the time, I notice all these things that it does. I'm like, I got to change that. I got to switch that. So yes, we are using it for that general direction. But other than that, we have to personalize, okay? Yes, Lindsay says exactly. Oh, Warrior67 says, I can't find the link to the button on the toolkit. Okay, so if you click at the very top of this chat window, do you guys see the top of the chat window? I have a link up there. If you click on that link will take you to the Flash page. Now, I don't have a short link for it. Normally, I'll tell you guys it's like heatheraustin.online/something. I don't have a short link for you. So if you can click on that link, it will take you to the Flash offer page. I don't have it in the comments below or in the description below this video. I wanted just to make this available for you guys that are here with me still today. And hopefully you can find that. If you can't, let's see, who was it? Oh, that's the link right there, but that's not the full link. So you're not going to want to use that. But if you can get to the one in the chat. If not, and you guys are here with me and you're like, where the heck's the link? Blah, 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 blah. Send me an email at heather@professораustin.com. Let me know that you are here today. Me or Tori, anyone on my team will get that link to you guys. But remember, it's only until today. So if you see this video tomorrow or you're watching the replay, the link will not be available. You could actually still grab the toolkit, but it will be full price. Today only, it's 60% off. Oh, the Facebook group. Yes, we have some people looking into our Facebook group, and for some reason we haven't been getting posts through it. So we don't know if the Facebook group, we don't think it's banned. I mean, there's like 18,000 people in there, but it's really weird because only certain people can post, and I can post, and then like people that have like been participating in the group. So we don't know if Facebook is trying to clear out people that aren't using it anymore or what. We're still looking into that, and it takes forever with Facebook to figure things out. So we're hoping to have that resolved for you guys. And by the way, if you guys don't know, we have a free Facebook group called the Career Club on Facebook. There's about 18,000 people in there. It's filled with amazing job seekers, recruiters, professional resume writers, career coaches. It's been a great group for a really long time, but for some reason, Facebook is, I don't know what it's doing. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if we're on the blacklist or what's happening for that. Ellie said, should I send an invitation to connect with the recruiter? Yes, with a note for a specific position in addition to sending them an email. Yes, you are right on, Ellie. So part of this process is you got to connect with them first. I would connect with them after you've submitted, or even before. Like, let's say you see a couple of positions that you want to apply for within that company. Feel free to connect with them at that moment, and then get your application material submitted. If they are a really good recruiter, they'll accept your connection request, and then you guys can start messaging through LinkedIn or go to hunter.io and get their email address and send them a message that way. Good question. I love it. Oh, okay. So it says that it's saying that the group is inactive or not available. I think they've put us, we're in Facebook jail right now with our career club, which is so unfortunate. Yep, we're gonna look into that. We're hopefully we'll get to that. I mean, sometimes they can be jerks. Denise is asking, what's the link for the LinkedIn group? Well, okay, so here's another thing. We actually do, maybe I should share you guys the link. We do have a group. Well, we have a group on, let me see if I can get this link pulled up really quickly for you. We have a group on LinkedIn for just our Career Academy members. However, a couple years ago, I made another group called the Career Club with Professor Heather Austin. We've never publicly advertised this group. I don't even think I've given it an official name. Let me share this group with you guys. We might, and this is the free group. We might have to transition everything from Facebook to LinkedIn when it comes to the group. So I'm popping that link in. If you guys want to join that group, we only have there's maybe 60 people in this group. Oh, there's quite a lot of requests to join. Let me see if I can get my team to go through that with you guys, go through that today and get you guys into that group, because if our Facebook group is in jail and we can't interact on Facebook, then we might just transition over into LinkedIn, which that's okay too. I'm not bothered by that at all. But if you guys want to join us, I did pop that link into the chat. So you can click on that, and then I'll see if we can get through. We have lots of requests to join, even though we've never advertised this group before. In fact, I have a picture on there from 8 years ago of me, and that's an old picture. I haven't even updated the cover photo or anything like that, but that is a free group. Maybe we'll start going toward that. Okay, you guys, awesome. I hope I see you next week for our 4-day live job search intensive. Again, it's starting on Tuesday, May 6th, which is my birthday. So hopefully you guys are all here for that. And then Wednesday and Thursday next week. And then the following Monday will be our recap session. So go to heatheraustin.online/live class to join us for that. Again, for those that are here, we have a special link pinned at the top of the chat for you if you want to join us inside of the Career Advancement Toolkit. We are just doing a 1-day quick flash sale for that, just for you guys that are joining us here today. For those that are here, we're not sharing this link in the description below the video. It's in the chat box for you guys that are with us live on this session. So again, you guys, I will see you next week, next Tuesday. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to send me and my team an email at heather@professораustin.com. And we will be here to help you guys in this challenging job market. We are here to support you and give you the tools and the resources that you need so that you're not stalling and that you're one of the ones that are getting ahead. So thanks, you guys. We'll be in touch.